Hello everyone, this is Fire Swamp, and today I'm going to be going over a recent competition map by the name of Hands Off Defense. And I've started by having the play log open because something very interesting happened during this competition, and you might be able to see kind of what went down. Two people managed to get 0 seconds flat. How the hell did this happen? Okay. So let's go in with the map, and then we'll actually kind of go and see what actually happened. So how the map works is there are two scores. So both of the scores were used in the competition, but they were for two separate categories. The category that we care about is the lowest custom mission time. So how the map works, I'm not going to go through all the wave business, but basically, in terms of the actual hands-off defense, what it is that, well, let's just start playing. Let's just set up the map and we'll let it go through, and we'll deal with consequences in a minute. So let's just let this go forward, yada yada yada. Start up just building up an economy. That in a second, just building up, you know, all the usual stuff. Okay, and now, right around now, I'll just start building up some defenses. Oh yeah, I need a factory. Let's go with that. And we're also just going to need some snipers, you know, just setting up the usual defenses. And around this time, you could probably see this message appear at the top every time I pause. So what it is, it's saying there are 12 minutes and 57 seconds left before the hands-off phase automatically starts. What this actually means is that once I hit yes, do your worst, my defense is ready for it, I will lose all control. I will not be able to make any changes to whatever is going on. And I've also botched my positioning on this, but whatever. Then, yeah. So now once actually let's I'll just set it up. So let's just hit this button, then we'll see kind of how the map works. So then it just is a confirmation a confirmation message, and let's just go. Now I cannot do anything. There's no controls I have. None of my units are selectable. I can't place any more units. Like, things are done. And the idea is that I need to survive to so the other required objective is hold. I need to hold to at least 20 minutes. This is getting a bit loud. So I need to hold to 20 minutes. And if I can hold to 20 minutes, then I will have the hold objective, and my hands-off defense will be the time that I basically gave up control. So, again, the time that we're kind of looking at is when the hands-off, when you gave up control. And the short answer is after a bit of trial and error, I eventually just came up with this setup. So as you can see, we're right at the start. I've just placed down a bunch of units, everything outlined here, and I'm just going to hit frame advance. And now I'm just going to confirm, yeah, I'm ready. Now I'm just going to hit it to 4x and let it go. So, I'm just gonna, let's just turn the sound effects down because, oh good god, those are gonna get loud later. But this setup, again, it took me took me maybe half an hour of trial and error, maybe an hour, to figure out this setup. But, you know, I've got a bunch of... I have these units over here requesting urns. I think I've also got one of the snipers. I have a backup line of defense. I have a bunch of shields everywhere. I've got sprayers, which are set to always on. And, you know, everything else is just set up fairly cleanly. You might notice I have no urn portal. This is because to actually send urns to the urn portal, you need to actually have the urns uncovered, and we start with no urns uncovered. So you need to survive to 20 minutes without an urn portal. And, well, the short version is that after, you know, 30 minutes to an hour of trial and error, I found that this just kind of worked. This would actually survive, I want to say consistently to 20 minutes. It worked the first time I tried it. It worked the second time I tried it because I was curious if it was consistent, because the blobs and skimmers, they are and as well as the spores, they are random. They are, well, they're I believe they target structures, but, you know, in different runs they can target different structures, so you will end up with different times. But so as this map progresses, the waves get worse. So you'll see wave 4 grace period. When it hits 7 minutes, it will start wave 4, and it'll produce a bunch of creeper, it'll produce a bunch of spores, and it will buff all of the enemy units. Dangerous things, whatever. And so, and everything gets stronger and stronger as time progresses, so there's no indefinite hold on this. Which is kind of where the other actually half of this map came from, is where the other part of the competition was to actually try and survive for as long as you could. I did not really compete in that. I think that Kalli was the one who won with a... Actually, I could probably just go and check right now. 43 minutes and 51 seconds. But that one, I believe, Kalli used the full 15 minutes available to actually set up their defense, so... again, I went for hands-off defense as quickly as possible because I didn't feel like setting up 15 minutes for a defense mission. And at this point, I'm kind of just killing time to wait to see where this progresses. But actually, you know what? Oh no, we'll let this go because you'll kind of see the eggs are piling up. And what I've done is I believe that the snipers that are going to get urns, I set them to not target eggs because I don't want them just detonating eggs, which is just creating more creeper. But yeah, you can also see the 2 urn forges are pumping out urns, which are basically all going to my mortars and cannon line here, which is just kind of my main defense. You know, I only have 25 energy gen because I set up the miners for these, and then tower spam. I've got a secondary line of defense, and I've also just got a ton of shields as a last layer. The shields are there just to buy an extra few minutes. I can't remember if they're actually necessary. I think that depending on how the randomness goes, they might not be. Or no, I think I do need them just to deal with air sacs, but you know, we're getting close to seeing things. So as time goes on, the defense gets a little bit more questionable, and things get closer to actually doing damage, and I believe that this usually makes it to like the low 20-minute stuff. So 21 to 23 minutes is what I got when I tested this the 2 times previous. So again, I'm expecting another 5 minutes, but but yeah, it's just, I don't know what else to say on it. It was just kind of funny that we ended up with a theoretically perfect time, because one of the things is that the creep, I believe, I don't know this one for sure, but I believe that Creep World 4 will not let you submit a 0-second time. So what the time actually is 0.03 seconds. It's 1/30th of a second. It's just the last digit is cut off, so it's only one, so it only shows 1 digit after the decimal point. So the submitted time on the play log looks like 0 seconds flat. It's 0.03, and I believe Kalli's time was 0.07. I'm pretty sure that was just in response to me of just like, they let me have the win. Oh, and this is where the defense starts to get cracked. Yep, we're getting into towards 20 minutes. But yeah, I think based on what the score was, I'm pretty sure Kalli could have gotten a match for mine, but they just chose not to for just to let me have the win or whatever. Because tied competitions, I don't know how those actually work. But yeah, this is actually surviving a bit longer than I was expecting it to. I was expecting it to be up against the shields by now. So I think that the randomness went well for me this time around. But yep, the shields will hold it off for another. Shields are holding this off. My lab's down. But I've got red on, I've got shields. Oh, they're starting to crack. How long am I gonna get? Will I make it to 23? It doesn't look like it. 22:48. Actually, that might have been the same as when, that might have been the same as my actual run. But, either way. That was how that competition kind of ended up going. So... Oh, yeah, so it was 22:48.0, but in my actual run where I submitted the time, it was 22:48.4, so it was very close. And, oh, the unit count was different. Yeah, again, it is random from the spores, the blobs, and the skimmers, and air... actually, no, air sacs might be deterministic. Because I think they might be position targeted. Ah, well. But either way, so that was kind of how the competition went down. It was it was quite interesting when I submitted that score. It was very fun too, because it's a theoretically unbeatable score. Because I got 1 frame and you can't submit a 0 frame run, so it's very funny to see that one go down. But yeah, later in the competition, Kalli matched it with another 0, but that was a 2 frame win. Again, they could have gotten a 1 frame win, I'm almost positive. So... But with that, that is all for today. Have a great day, and goodbye.